You're watching a TGM production. Panel shows: British, American, Australian, New Zealand, Canada, and beyond Quebec, Sweden, Norway. This is Inside Panel Shows. Welcome to the brand new era of the channel. Yes, it looks no different than before, and yes, I keep on saying across all 24 YouTube channels, and we at TGM Productions keep on saying it. I'm trying to improve, and we're doing experimental things, and it doesn't always work when we're trying to beat a TV show, but it fails from the get-go. But we are back. Yes, we're back in a newish light. We're back in this fantastical way, if you will. Today we are talking all things Australian panel shows because the format originated in America. The idea of what a panel show is American, right? America falls out of love with them. We adapt them here in Britain. We become really popular. Britain, which has Britain, as in Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, have a very similar humour reading to Australia and New Zealand. In the UK, as of the 21st of June 2025 at 10:37, the panel shows that exist in the UK are Taskmaster, that are British. Now, I'm not going to include any international versions that are available on other platforms. So we've got Taskmaster. We've got Have I Got News For You? The news quiz. Breaking the news. Okay, I'll do TV then radio. I've just decided that I'm going to be here forever. So I'll do two different. So TV wise, we've got Breaking the News, Have I Got News For You, QI, Taskmaster. Right? There's 4. Big Fat Quiz of the Year, 8 out of 10 Castles Countdown. That is 6. Rod Gilbert, Growing Pains is number 7. Rosie Jones, Out of Order is 7. So they're the ones that's still on and still exist. We've got a new one coming, but I'm not going to mention that until we get further down the line and work out how the title is. It's not the most pleasant. It's a rude word. I'm wondering how they title it so that it's more family-friendly title. Right. So they're the panel shows that are left in Britain. So the BBC have got Breaking the News. The BBC have got Have I Got News For You, and they've got QI. Right. Rosie Jones, Out of Order, and Growing Pains are Comedy Central, and 8 out of 10 Castles Countdown, Taskmaster at Channel 4. They're for TV. Now on radio, you have Breaking the News Quiz, Unbelievable Truth. Oh, on TV, number 8 is what I like to. So, Breaking the News Quiz, Unbelievable Truth, Just a Minute. Sorry, I haven't a clue. They're the ones I can think of, and there'll be others that pop into my head, like the one that Victoria Coren Mitchell does, Hesitate or whatever it's called. Anyway, but that's beside the point. We might have a new one as well on Channel 5 called Celebrity Puzzling, but I think that's more of a quiz show rather than a panel show, but we'll have to see when that airs here in the UK. So the point I'm trying to make is that the UK used to have so many that used to run for a series, 2 series, whatever, right? If you look at the history of panel shows in Britain, there's millions, right? And now we're dwindling. So in Australia, they're thriving with their big ones. So in Australia, we're looking to New Zealand as a separate thing, because there is a panel show that is in New Zealand and Australia at the same time. So in Australia, they've got Have I Been Paying Attention? This is TV ones. I don't know about their radio output. So Have I Been Paying Attention? Gruin. I'm not sure you pronounce it. Gruin. And obviously, so with QI, we've got QI and QI XL. So in Gruin, they've got Gruin normal, and then they've got like an enhanced version, which I'm assuming is their XL version. You've got, I'm trying to think of things that I would class as a panel show, because if you Google it, you get given other things. So Spics and Specs, Gruin and Gruin XL, or whatever it's called, haven't been paying attention. Taskmaster Australia, so that's 4 already, right? That is 4 already. The 100, which is 5, right? So they've got 5 shows that I can think of, that I know of. I wouldn't say Hard Quiz is a panel show, but ABC iView, which is available to view international woodclass. Number 6 in this is, I don't know if it's still airing I don't know if as of 10:41 on Saturday the 21st of June 2005 it still airs, but it had Patriot Brains, which was New Zealand versus Australia, so that's 6. But I don't know if that still airs because it's a tricky one. That it's on the basis of I'm not too sure. There's one called The One Question, I think it was called. It's hosted, or it's, I can't remember what it's slightly called, but it starred Will Anderson, who does Gruen, who looks like Adam Hills. If you know the joke, you know the joke. So that's 7, right? That's 7. So to Britain, I've got one more panel show. Oh, and they used to have, I don't know if it still airs, is Celebrity Letters and Numbers, which was their version of 8 out of 10 Cats Countdown. So they've got 8, but I don't know which ones still air. And I think that the reason why I mention it, let's go to New Zealand before I get into this further. So in New Zealand, they've got Taskmaster New Zealand. They've got Patriot Brains. They have I been paying attention in New Zealand, but that no longer airs. So that's 2. They've got 7 Days, which is 3. They've got Guy Montgomery's Spelling Bee New Zealand and Australia. They've got Guy Montgomery's Spelling Bee Australia. That's 9 for Australia. And anyway, so New Zealand have as many that Australia has, but a lot of Australian shows have a lot of New Zealand comedians on it, so it's fine. So the reason why I mention this is because at one point or another, if you said to someone, which country is the king of the panel show? Which country have the most panel shows? Panel show fans would say Britain. But now, panel show fans will now say Australia has the most. And that is, it's not a bad thing, it's just what we need to work out is, yes, Australia has all these panel shows, but what I think works really well, so for us in the UK, That's TV2 aired the short-lived Australian version of Would I Lie to You, and BBC Two aired the first series of Have I Got News for You US. And I think that's what works. Apart from that TV airing What I Lie to Australia, which didn't air many episodes of, what I think we need in the UK is, so we might have lose our passion for homegrown panel shows, but I think we need Australian panel shows to air in the UK. So I know that Have You Been Paying Attention is on YouTube, because they have one full clips on YouTube. The 7 Days used to upload full episodes on YouTube, but no longer do. And I think that's what we need. So in Britain, international panel show we air, currently that we've aired, is Taskmaster New Zealand, Taskmaster Sweden, but not all of New Zealand and Sweden, just selective series that are available on the Channel 4 app. And we only aired the first series of Have I Got News for You US. We only aired the first couple of episodes of Would I Lie to You Australia. So I think that what we need to, in Britain, is we need Have You Been paying attention on TV. We need 7 Days on TV. We need Taskmaster Australia, Taskmaster New Zealand in full on TV. We need The 100. We need Next Generation. I think that is a panel show. I can't confirm, because when you look at panel shows for Australia, it doesn't always say, because the internet always assumes things are panel shows and they're not. So they thought The Project was a panel show. It's not. It's current affairs, comedy, current affairs-esque show, and The Gypsies isn't a panel show. Panel shows have points involved. So, and I think we need Spicks and Specks airing in the UK. Now that we've got a massive fan base for Adam Hills, Spicks and Specks will be a show that should air in the UK. Luckily, there's a UK version on DVD, UK edition on DVD. The one thing I forgot to mention when talking about panel shows here in the UK, I forgot to mention on Sky Sky Max, we've got Never Mind the Buzzcocks and Rob Beckett's Smart TV. So we've got a few on the BBC, Channel 4, Sky, Comedy Central, and then we've got, I think it's called Sorry I Didn't Know, which is the Black History Month panel show for ITV. What's interesting about that is that the bloke that hosts it currently plays the butler in the Fresh Prince reboot, which is a drama. So he's not going to be in the next series, and it didn't really sort of match with me personally. I didn't think the rounds were that engaging and the seating arrangement slightly off. There was another one for Channel 5 that was about the 70s, starring Sally Linder. It's coming back for more specials, but I just think the format didn't work. Next time it'll probably be more improved, but I might need to give Sorry I Didn't Know another chance, because I quick to judge it thinking, well, ITV are not very good at doing panel shows anymore. This isn't going to be amazing, but I need to give that another go. So more to the point, I'm talking about with Australian panel shows is that there's loads of them, and I think Australia are thriving in that aspect of they're not going to slow down production on panel shows. Neither is New Zealand. So I think as a country here in Britain, we need to import more panel shows. We need to air. So some YouTube channels that did it officially aired, haven't been paying attention. Australia, 7 Days for a while, Would I Lie to You, America, 3 officially, but then they stopped. Apart from Have You Been Paying Attention that does it currently, the others stopped. And I think that's what we need. We need more imports, and this is why we're talking about Australian panel shows, because Smicks and Specks, a lot of it's on YouTube, and Smicks and Specks, even though it's technically the Australian version of Never Mind the Buzzcocks, it still works really well. I think Sky would be able to acquire the rights to it, or even put it in the BBC. I think that's what we want from Australia, is we want those shows that I consider brilliant, because I've seen all the clips, I've seen all the things, need to import over here so we can all watch them in an official capacity, and so that it shows to the commissioners here in the UK that we care about panel shows as much as the next man. We care about this format that's dying, that helps younger comedians jump in and work on gags. There was one in America that had a lot of British comedians in, because it was filmed in Britain and created by the Would I Lie to You, Who's Line in It Anyway team, and that didn't work, but it had a lot of British comedians, and the audience, I think, were 50% British. So, to round off this little discussion here on Inside Panel Shows, I think Australia has a good selection of panel shows. New Zealand does as well, but mainly Australia has a wide selection of panel shows, and I think that the rate they're going with them, they're going to be soaring, more popular and brilliant. The more British community will want to join these panel shows when they go over touring in Australia or go to the Melbourne Comedy Festival. And I think that that's going to be the future of panel shows. I think they'll have more British people on them, because the more we lose panel shows here in the UK, the more they'll gain our exports. And I think we just need those panel shows in the UK to prove the point that we care about the format. So, there you have it. We've delved into the world of Australian panel shows and done a pit stop in America and a pit stop in Britain. Bye-bye.